Ever wonder what the big deal is with all the different religions out there? There are literally thousands of them, but a few big players shape the lives of billions. Today, let's take a whirlwind tour through 5 of the world's major religions and see how they stack up against a very familiar one: Christianity. Ready? Let's dive in. First up, we have Judaism. This is like the spiritual ancestor of Christianity. Christians call the Jewish scriptures the Old Testament. Both faiths worship the same God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They share foundational stories like creation and the Great Flood. The big split, it's all about Jesus. For Christians, Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God who came to save humanity. For our Jewish friends, the Messiah is still to come. And Jesus was a respected teacher, but not divine. So same roots, different main character in the sequel. Next, let's journey east to Hinduism, one of the world's oldest and most diverse religions, primarily practiced in India. Unlike Christianity's one God, Hinduism is often described as henotheistic, meaning they worship one supreme being, Brahman, who is expressed through countless gods and goddesses, like Vishnu and Shiva. A core concept is dharma, your righteous duty, and karma, the law of cause and effect that determines your next life. This leads to reincarnation, the idea that your soul is reborn into a new body after death. This is a huge contrast to the Christian belief in a single life, followed by a final judgment and an eternal afterlife in either heaven or hell. So one life versus many, one God versus one God with many faces. Now let's talk about Buddhism, which actually grew out of Hinduism. The founder, Siddhartha Gautama, was a prince who became the Buddha, or the Enlightened One. Buddhism isn't really about a god. It's more of a philosophy and a path to enlightenment. The goal is to escape the cycle of suffering and rebirth by following the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which involves things like right mindfulness and right action. The ultimate goal is nirvana, a state of total peace and liberation. Christianity, on the other hand, is all about having a personal relationship with the divine God, whose grace is the key to salvation, not just self-effort. So it's the path of self-discovery versus salvation through faith in a savior. All right, let's turn to Islam. Like Judaism and Christianity, Islam is an Abrahamic religion. Muslims worship the same one God whom they call Allah, which is just the Arabic word for God. They revere many of the same prophets, including Abraham, Moses, and even Jesus. But here's the key difference. For Muslims, Jesus was a great prophet, but the final and most important prophet was Muhammad. He received the Quran, Islam's holy book, directly from Allah. While Christians believe Jesus is God incarnate, Muslims see this as a major sin, as they believe God is one and has no son or partner. So while they share a monotheistic foundation and many prophets, the status of Jesus and the finality of the revelation through Muhammad create a fundamental divergence. Finally, we have Sikhism, a relatively younger faith from the Punjab region of India. It was founded by Guru Nanak in the 15th century. Sikhism also believes in one God known as Waheguru. It teaches that everyone is equal, regardless of race, gender, or religion. A core tenet is selfless service, or seva. Like Christianity, it's monotheistic and emphasizes a direct personal relationship with God. However, like Hinduism, Sikhs believe in reincarnation, and the goal is to merge with God, breaking the cycle of rebirth. So you could say Sikhism blends the monotheism of Christianity and Islam with the cyclical worldview found in Eastern religions. So, what's the takeaway? While these major faiths have vastly different answers to life's biggest questions, they often share surprising common ground: a belief in a higher power, a call to live ethically, and a search for meaning beyond the material world. It's a beautiful, complex tapestry of human belief. Music swells and fades out,